Hi, and welcome back. Now, I received some inquiries about the last part of the Matthew 24, which talked about the flood and the illustration that Jesus used. And some were asking, how did that connect? Because the problem here is some have taught that in Matthew 24 and 40, that's the rapture. And if that's the rapture, it's right before the second coming. And that has led some people to believe that the church will go through the tribulation period. So I want to take a few moments to clarify what Jesus is saying with Noah and the flood. It took Noah 120 years to build the ark. And while he was building it, he was preaching the gospel. He was telling people that the judgment was coming. In 2 Peter it says, and did not spare the ancient world, but protected Noah, a preacher of righteousness, with 7 others, when he brought a flood upon the world of the ungodly. Now, once the ark was completed, God gathered all the animals and placed them in the ark, and Noah and his family, and then God shut the door. But he allowed 7 days to go by before the rain came. He was allowing anyone to change their mind, but no one did, and therefore all those who were outside of the ark perished. The flood took them away. So Jesus talks about this in Matthew 24. So let's take a look at that verse. For the coming of the Son of Man will be just like the days of Noah. For as in those days before the flood, they were eating and drinking and marrying and giving in marriage until the day that Noah entered the ark. And they did not understand until the flood came and took them away. So will the coming of the Son of Man be. So Jesus is saying that his coming will be just like that. It will take people away. The church has been protected. It was raptured up and is coming back with him. So it's not the church that's being raptured. It's Jesus coming to take those who are non-believers in judgment. So just as God gave the world 7 days in Noah's day, he's now going to give the world 7 years to repent. Some people will repent and they'll become believers. They are the ones who will be left on the earth at the second coming of Jesus Christ. They will also be the ones who will enter into the millennial kingdom in their human bodies because they have not physically died yet. Therefore, they will be the ones who replenish the earth during the 1,000-year millennium. So Jesus said when he comes, he's going to send the angels to separate the sheep from the goat. In Matthew 25 and 31, it says, but when the Son of Man comes in his glory and all the angels with him, then he will sit on his glorious throne. And all the nations will be gathered before him, and he will separate them one from another, just as the shepherd separates the sheep from the goat. So the goats are taken away in judgment, and the sheep are gathered to go into the kingdom. And in several other places where it talks about Noah and the flood, it always mentioned that they were taken in judgment, because the judgment was coming upon the earth, and the flood was the judgment. So now we're looking at the second coming, and Jesus Christ is going to have those non-believers taken in judgment. So again, this cannot be the rapture, because Matthew 24 is an overview of the end times. And verse 40 and 41 are speaking of the events that will happen at the second coming of Jesus Christ. So I hope this helps to clarify a little bit more that the church will not go through the tribulation period. It's actually in heaven with Jesus Christ, and it returns with him. And those who are being taken in Matthew 24, verse 40 and 41 are being taken in judgment. So again, I would like to thank you for watching the video. And if you have questions, you can send your questions to answerstobible@gmail.com. Or you can make comments in the section below. Well, I'm Leighton Smith, your host. Thanks again for watching. I hope to see you in the next video. God bless.